Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy RPX Blood right here, coming at you live in the power of my shitty studio room. It's been a while since I did any kind of FaceTime with you guys or anything. So recently, my console like bricked, like it couldn't work or anything. Like I go in it, takes like 10 minutes to load everything. I go into like the guide on the side. By the way, I'm on the Xbox. I go to the guide on the side, wouldn't load, nothing wouldn't load, can't connect to the internet, said it was strict NAT type, black screened, everything you can think of. It was like completely brick. So I just resetted it today. It's perfectly fine right now for the time being, but for some reason it's giving me moderate NAT type, even though on my other console from my living room it's open and it's on wireless while I'm over here playing on wired. And I've already resetted the modem, turned it off, did all that kind of problems and stuff like that. But anyways, sadly I don't have any For Honor gameplay for you guys today. So today I'm going to be telling you guys a story from the time I was working at Walmart. So this is one of those few stories where it's sort of like Walmart being a dick per se. And so what basically happened was when I was working in sporting goods, okay, this was out of nowhere and I almost got fired for this. So I work in sporting goods. If you ever worked retail, there's a point where you have to where you get some packages that are opened up by customers, thrown aside. You can't find like the other glove per se. So what you do is you go to the back, you go to claims, you get a claim slip. You take that claim slip, you put down the barcode, the name of the product, and sort of like a reasoning for like its return or something like that. But for my instance, it's just like you just write down the barcode, blah blah blah. You tape it up to the product and you just bring it to the back. You put it into your proper bin. That's what you do. So I've done these 100 times already in Walmart, 100 times per se, somewhere around there. So one day I decided, hey, let's have a few joke ones, you know. Like, I already know the people in claims, I know the people in the warehouse, stuff like that. So everyone knows that I'm sort of a joker. That's who I am. I'm a talker slash joker. I like to make funny jokes. I like to make every situation, no matter how bad it is, into like more of a positive situation. Cause that's how. And in this situation, I was just doing a little few jokes. I only done like 4 or 5 of them. That's it. Nothing too bad. I wrote. Actually, never mind. So there was one that I wrote that the package was missing. So it's just the football gloves right there. So I wrote, not the Tom Brady brand. So they left it behind. And for other ones I wore like it wasn't the right size, so they tossed it aside. And for another one I wrote like, hey, they only came for the package but not the product inside. That's it. You know, some few jokes that aren't really taking it so far. You just read it, it's just like, heh, okay. But like you can understand too. So one day there I am working normally, casually. I think I was zoning, and my manager comes out to me. He's a really nice guy. It's not his fault or anything. A lot of people say that he's sort of like a mean kind of person, very strict and stuff like that, but he has a nice side once you get to know him. He's actually very caring. He actually saved my job a few times, and this is one of his other times where he saved my job again. So he takes me to the back, gets me to a private office in automotive. So he's there and he's like, Wilbert, why? And I'm like, what's going on? Well, what's happening and stuff? And he's like, Wilbert, what is this? And he reaches in the pocket, takes out his wallet. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, he takes out some slips, those claim slips that I wrote. He think he got 4 of them out of the 5. I only wrote like 5 out of 100. Takes them, puts them on the desk, and he's like, Wilbur, what is this? I was like, well, those are some claim slips that I wrote. What about them? He's like, take a look at them. Oh, these are the joke ones that I did. Is there something wrong with them? Wilbur, why would you do this? I was like, what you mean? Why would you do this? And I'm like, I mean, I just wrote a little joke in them. Is there something wrong with that? He's like, you're gonna get fired. I just did back like, what? I'm gonna get fired? What you mean I'm gonna get fired? He was like, Wilbur, the store manager saw this and she didn't like that. So the co-manager of the store also saw the slips, and he told me not to tell you or anything, and he wants to bring this immediately to home office to fire you. And I'm like, well, what seems to be the problem though? Like, I understand if it was like some huge ridiculous thing, but it was just like a really small joke and stuff like that. Nothing too big. He was like, no, listen to me. They're afraid that someone is gonna see this in the warehouse, gonna take a picture of it, and they're gonna bring it to home office, and it's gonna turn into a big scandal. And I'm like, I'm I'm very sorry. I understand what the problem is, but this is very minuscule. Like, this is something at least slap on a wrist or a warning. Why does the store manager want to fire me over this? And she's like, I don't know. She wants the co-manager and the store manager talking about it. I'm trying to make it into a coaching or a write-up or something, but they want you gone and stuff like that. And I'm just sitting there like, dang, the new store manager doesn't really like me for some odd reason and stuff. So he's like, okay, I tried to rip up as many as I can, which like I said, there was only like 4 or 5 to hide it, but he was already caught doing it. So he told me, just stay put, act normal, stuff like that. You didn't hear this from me. Continue on with your work. So continue on my work and everything. And then later on that day, I talked to my good friend Leo. He's an old timer. He's been there for a long time. He knows people higher up, really higher up. And I told him the situation. He started laughing. He was like, getting fired for a situation like that? If they actually do get you fired, let me know. I know some people way higher up that will resolve the situation instantly. Because that's something that you should not get fired over. And I agreed. So my manager never came back to me on that matter or subject, whatever. So I'm guessing it was all clear. I didn't get a written up or a coaching or anything. But that was just one of the moments in Walmart where I almost got fired for something like, I know it's completely my fault. It was a little small time joke, but it was very minuscule. But to them, it was a huge problem, and I almost got fired because of that. And that would have been really, really stupid if I got fired for that reason. I don't want to be remembered as the guy who I wrote a silly joke on a claim slip, so I got fired because of that. To be honest, this is one of the reasons why I left Walmart. They were way too strict, very too strict. They wanted you to be a perfect robot. They didn't want no humor, no fun, or anything. I can work. I always put my work first. I was a really good employee. I could have got manager position several times, but they want you to be a robot, very strict and everything, and I just couldn't deal with that anymore. That's why I left Walmart. Alright, thank you guys for listening to one of my Walmart stories. This is just like a filler episode or something until I get some gameplay back later on in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the frontier. Peace out.